bring up to you your president of the Reading Education Association, Mr. Bryan Sanguinito.
Thank you, President Stroman. Welcome, Dr. Purcell. We look forward to working with you, and we hope we have a successful year together. My friends and colleagues, the American Revolutionary Patriot Thomas Paine said, "These are the times that try to win souls." As educators, never have our souls been more tried than over the past several months. Our tribulations have been nothing short of staggering. Mass layoffs, closed buildings, financial instability, an almost totally vacant central office, combined with uncertainty, unease, distress, and despair, have shaped a new reality for the Reading School District. The nearly unfathomable struggles of last year made local, regional, and even national news. Our story has been covered by Reading Eagle, BCTV, WFMZ, PSEA, NEA, NBC Philadelphia, Parade Magazine, the New York Times, CNN, the Associated Press, and the Huffington Post, just to name a few. I even had the opportunity to share our story personally with the Assistant to United States President Barack Obama. The moral of our story has always been, our students deserve better. But today we add to that, so do our teachers. Even as we speak, our buildings are still broken, directions are still hazy, and schedules are still changing. We will likely be adjusting and adapting until just before the doors open to our students next Monday. As faithful and dedicated employees of this district, we have every right to be discontent, dissatisfied, and discouraged. We have every right to be all of these things. But beginning right now, we must forge ahead, because we have no other choice. Look around you, you'll see what I mean. There are too many empty seats. Too many of our workplace colleagues who spent so much time last year dedicating their lives to providing quality education for our school children are spending all their time this year scrambling to provide food and a home for their own children. They deserve better. It is tragic that because of the ill-fated decisions of others in the past, the educators who represented our district's future are struggling today just to get by. And so we owe it to our displaced colleagues to discover the best in ourselves, to honor their service by being that much more passionate, that much more dedicated, and that much more committed to making sure we redefine success for the students of the Reading School District. And while we lament the loss of so many educators, it does give me great joy to be able to tell you that working with our Human Resources Director, Karen Goke, over the summer, staying in constant contact, we were able to bring more than 1/3 of our teachers back home. We all know that it was not just teachers that were adversely affected by these cuts. All groups represented here suffered losses. Therefore, I know I speak for all union leaders when I say we will not stop working until we have done everything in our power to bring back every last one of our family members. We have faced many challenges, and with class sizes likely increasing, questions of operation procedures still outstanding, and the discipline problems that are sure to follow. We are sure to face many more. But now I have a challenge that I must respectfully issue to our new superintendent and to our school board president. I implore you to please do everything in your power to never let anything like the events of the past several months ever happen again. If we look around in this auditorium, we will see some of the best educators in the entire state. Given the resources that we need, we will shine because we are deeply committed to the success of every child we come upon. We teach our students that if they have faith in themselves and that they hold on to hope, they can achieve anything. Even though we know from experience the many professional, personal, and yes, political barriers along the way. Yet faith and hope are what will allow our students to rise above the stigma and the stereotype of being a city kid. And how our students respond to difficult times will define them, just as our response to recent difficulties have defined us. A lesser group of professionals would have allowed the chaos of the past several months to divide us. Instead, it made us stronger. It forced us to have faith in one another and in our association. It enabled us to come together as a union to speak with one voice. It allowed us to realize that the only way we can thrive together is when we fight to survive together. Your dedication and your diligence, despite all the many roadblocks, inspire your REA officers, representatives, and delegates to keep fighting on your behalf. Your compassion and commitment to our students is astonishing. You affirm Dr. Jill Biden's quote, "Teaching is not what I do, it is who I am." Now, beginning today, some of us will be teachers in buildings in which we've never stepped foot, teaching classes we've never taught, working with different principals and coworkers. And management has every right to assign us to teach anything within our certification area, anywhere. But rather than view this as another impediment to success, we must embrace this opportunity to be able to effect positive change in a whole new way. We all know how noble a calling it is to dedicate one's life to the betterment of a child, to ignite within a child a passion for lifelong learning, no matter what the subject. Because at the end of the day, we do not teach classes, we teach children. And we change the world one child at a time. Therefore, all of us in this room, educators, support staff, administrators, and board member, must perform our jobs with confidence and competence every time we represent the Reading School District. And all of us in this room must come together to promote our strategic plan and proven solutions that work, such as smaller class sizes, safe buildings, parental involvement, and the continuation of early childhood education. We must keep the focus of the Reading School District on teaching and learning because our community deserves nothing less. Last year at this time, I asked you to stay connected. The 5,000 hits on the wearerea.com website and the more than 500 friends on the Reading EA Facebook page show that you're doing just that. Last year at this time, I also asked you to get politically involved by organizing rallies downtown, by attending rallies in Fleetwood, and by swarming the steps of the Rotunda in the state capitol. You have shown your dedication in that area as well. But as this presidential election gets closer, the attacks against public schools, the employees, and the unions that represent them become more severe, and the need for your involvement becomes even greater. Therefore, we must keep up the fight. As long as politicians are involved in education, educators must be involved in politics. Just as we are held accountable for academic results, we must hold accountable all those who make laws and policies which affect our profession. We are the experts in education because we are the ones who spend our day with our students. Therefore, if policymakers at the national, state, and local levels refuse to give us a voice, then we need to take action. Whether they work in Washington, D.C., Harrisburg, or down the street. If any elected official at any level stands in the way of us being able to properly educate our students, we must use our votes as our voices and force them to find a job just like so many of our fellow teachers have to do. Our association members do not seek conflict or strife, but when presented with a challenge, our people, my people, have shown time and time again, we will meet that challenge head on and we will prevail, not because we know we can, but because we know we must. Thus, cooperatively when possible, and otherwise when necessary, the Reading Education Association will always advocate for what we know is in the best interest of teaching and learning. Our students need somebody to stand up for them, and we have chosen to answer that noble call. We will never give up on our students, and REA will never apologize for standing up for their teachers. And if that means waiting a little bit longer to settle a contract, then so be it. Our cause is too noble to compromise. As educators, two things we have plenty of are patience and passion. There's a standard of professionalism expected from our teachers, and rightly so. Yet, it is also right for educators to expect that same level of professionalism from all those involved in public education. We still hold out hope for bold and courageous leadership from others who will choose to do what is right instead of what is convenient. That is why integrity and propriety continue to be the driving forces behind everything we do in REA. When we have truth and right on our side, we can have confidence that whenever we defend our kids and our cause, we will be victorious. To once again quote Thomas Paine, the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. It is dearness that gives everything its value. My friends and colleagues, our conflict has been hard. Many challenges lie ahead. But we know that there is nothing more valuable than being able to make a positive difference in the life of a child. How blessed, how fortunate we are to have that amazing, life-changing opportunity. We change not only the child's life, we change our own. And we will never stop fighting for that right. No matter what test we may face along the way, we will excel and we will redefine success. Because together, determined, dedicated, and diligent, we will triumph. Because we must triumph for the sake of all that we hold dear. God bless you. God bless the Reading School District. God bless the Reading Education Association. Thank you.